Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming in for a heart to heart. I really do appreciate when you pop into these. I had been missing doing them, and I hope you've been missing watching them as well, because there's always something to talk about, isn't there? And as of late, guys, did you know there are auctions here on YouTube? Well, there are, and they've been happening for a long, long time. I've been participating in them probably about 4 years. So they're a wonderful thing here on YouTube. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, a little bit about what's been going on with this type of activity and how much I enjoyed it. Let me see if anyone's in the chat. I really do. Let me just adjust my screen a little bit. It's interesting. I get notifications too. I do. And mine just popped up. I hope you guys are getting notifications as well. Normally in this channel, what we do is talk a lot about jewelry, but in that as well, we love buying it, hunting for it. So this is kind of going to fit into that a little bit, I hope. So I hope they didn't change anything on me with the chat. I don't know. But we're going to get started talking a little bit about that. I hope your weekend is off to a good start. What day is it? It's the middle of the week. Feels like it's the weekend already. It's Wednesday. I hope your Wednesday is off to a great finish or start. My days are just kind of getting marled today. As of late, they're getting kind of marled up. Love you. So I love you too. So it is Wednesday, and let me see if we have anybody in the chat yet. I do see a couple of people. For some reason, I don't see the chat. Did they change this on me? Has it been that long? Has it been that long? There's a couple of, I know I enabled the chat. If I didn't, I'm going to have to start over. Let me know if you can chat or not. This is not going to be any fun without the chat. Pop out chat. Okay, I've never had to pop out the chat. But there we are. Hi, Doug. That's so crazy. This is turning into Facebook on me. I don't like it. Hi, Kathleen. Vanessa. How in the world is this happening to me? I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to go get my phone so I can see your comments. I don't know why they're not coming in unless I pop up the chat. And, oh my goodness. This is crazy. Well, let me just get started, and then I'll go back to the chat, because for some reason I'm not getting it. Maybe it'll come in a minute. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope your Wednesdays or vacations or whatever you are on is going well. Yeah, this is crazy. It's never done it like this before. It's turning into Facebook. I'm telling you, this is the trouble I have with Facebook. But forget it. We're just going to talk. And what I wanted to talk to you about today, guys, the title of the video today is Someone Had to Hear It. And it's a really important topic for me because I really do enjoy going to auctions. They're amazing. I love the ones on Facebook. I love the ones here. I've been, like I said, participating in auctions here for about 4 years, and they've been a lot of fun. I've been in them as a salesperson. I've ran them as the auctioneer. It's been for a friend. It's been a lot of fun. I did that for about 6 months, and we always have had an issue of deadbeat bidders, and it's an unfortunate lot of people that think it's very easy to go into an auction and bid something up and then decide to cancel. And that's not a retraction. A retraction is when you are in the midst of bidding and let's say you find out, or they just disclosed there was a stone missing, or you didn't hear that it was a size 7 and you were an 8 and so forth, and you decide to go ahead and bow out right then and there. That's a retraction. That is not the same thing as bidding something up, as lots of people do. You go in For example, not too long ago, I was in an auction. They were selling a lot of sterling silver. What I mean by a lot is a bag full of sterling silver. She started it at 300. I bid 300. Someone came in, got it at 330. I bowed out. A week later, I see the same bag up for sale at the same auction. So I asked about it, and she said, oh, they cancel. So I was like, that's really disgusting when that happens. I don't like when it happens to me. I think it's really bad form, but apparently some people don't think that. So then it came back. I bought it. Fine. Everything was great. Then another auction occurs. There's a ring up for about 40. I think it bids up to about 45. Someone comes in and sweeps it at 50. That same person who had already canceled on that $300 lot. Well, that auctioneer takes her bid, and that's fine. You have the prerogative of taking a bid from a deadbeat bidder, but you have to bear in mind that you are offending the rest of your customers, because I just feel like it's very unfair for someone who does that, not to one person, not to two people, not to three people, but to at least 4 or 5 people in the community. And they continue to enable this person to come into the auctions and do this and pick and choose as if that person is acting as if they're shopping at Amazon or at Macy's, where you can just take a whole bunch of things home, try them on, they don't fit, and you return them. That's not how an auction works. An auction is an art and a science. There is a momentum that happens in an auction that does not happen anywhere else. So as I said, when you bid something up like that, it's really a hurtful thing. But I am more upset, honestly, with the auctioneers who allow it to infiltrate their auctions, because it's like a cancer. It doesn't stop. This latest person is not the only person. Like I said, it's been happening since I was on auctions over at Dwayne's, at Mothership Products. Everyone knew this person would absolutely buy from everyone. She would pay this one, not pay this one, pay this one, not pay that one, cancel, whatever. And it continued to happen until someone finally said on the Facebook group that this auction had, when are we going to call this person out? When are we going to stop it? How long do we all have to get burned? You know, this person continues to be a shopaholic and continues to shop. And then at her discretion, she decides not to pay. To me, again, like I said, why should we be the gracious ones? Why should we be the ones to turn the other cheek and not say anything and just play nice? And that person keeps coming back, ingratiating themselves in the community. Other people may buy that person a gift, and then that person didn't even pay for her original auction, yet you have to pay for a gift someone bought her. Like I said, I just don't understand the idea of that. I really don't. I understand that people need to make money. People have an income to make, and that you don't want to lose that customer. But at what price are you saving one customer? At what price are you willing to go to save that one customer who keeps burning everyone, either by not paying or by returning as if they're shopping at Amazon or Walmart? That's not the way an auction works. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't back up our merchandise. I back up all of the things I sell at my auctions. If it arrives broken, or if it maybe something that I missed, maybe a missing rhinestone or something like that, of course you back it up. You say return it. But not just because you decided you bought too much that week and you're going to return half of it. Obviously, this person does not think anything is wrong with that, because she actually bragged about it in that particular chat where this had to come up. And it came up because I called it out. And I called it out because I was tired of seeing it. And I said something to the effect, if the ring comes available, let me know. And of course, that person took umbrage and says, what are you talking about? I didn't pay so-and-so because of so-and-so. And this person was actually talking about another auction. So she laid it out flat and clear right there at this particular chat that she does it at other auctions, that she keeps doing, and that there's nothing wrong with it in her opinion. In her opinion, she's in her right to return things, to cancel things, or in her words, retract, and that is not a retraction. And so that was just my contention today, that I just think that's grossly unfair. But I'm more upset with people who also kind of like to interject themselves in the drama. After all of this was over in this particular chat, this other person comes in there and says, put your chanclas away, or ladies, is there or is there any other rings that these ladies will want to scratch their eyes out over? After the entire thing was done and over, comes back to interject and then steps back and says, oh, I'm a good girl, I know nothing about the drama. Yes, right, sure you don't. And then we go on to other auctions throughout the week, and these same two girls, women rather, I think one of them has a grown son, so I know they're women. They continue to perpetuate the situation. They called me a sore loser. They called me this and that. And believe me, it is not about the jewelry. And I said that in the chat. It is not about the jewelry. It never has been. It's about deadbeat bidders and people who allow them to infiltrate their auctions and not say a thing. And I'm not saying you have to say, oh my goodness, she's back. Let's, you can't bid out loud or whatever, blast them. No, I'm saying click those three little dots that say block and block that person from your auction. Because if you don't, I know many people feel like I do, and they don't come back to those auctions. I won't come back to those auctions. I really want an auction that is structured, that has rules, that has policies. I know there's a fine line between community and commerce. I know that. That's why I chose to do my auctions on another venue. But if someone cared about you as a community member or as a friend, they wouldn't do that to you. And you have to understand that you're going to have to choose one customer or several. I just think that's pretty much common sense, because like I said, it's a cancer that runs through it, and it's just absolutely disgusting. I think it's absolutely disgusting. And then for that other person who loves to be with drama and loves to interject herself into other people's drama when it has nothing to do with her, decides to go and talk about the situation again. 2-3 days later, they're just like, oh, wasn't that drama over there just fun? Da, da, da. Yeah, she's just a sore loser. No, I'm not a sore loser. I could care less about whether I had won that ring or not. It really was on point in principle. It really was on point in principle. I know I'm going to get lots of hate on this video. I'm not afraid of thumbs down. That's why I have never turned it into likes and dislikes. I love counting the thumbs down as much as I love counting the thumbs up. But I also have to make my case. My case is the enablers are the ones to blame, not the deadbeat bidders. They're going to come and go. There was another one last year. I think her name was, and I won't say her real name, I think her name was Shopify or something like that. Well, she went to every auction. She burned me. She burned about 3 other people. It was always, oh, my PayPal's not working. Oh, my PayPal's not working right now. I can't pay it right now. To the point where she even accused me of overcharging her for certain things. But I know if I were to get an email tonight, and I'll probably get some, and we could very easily find out who that other person was from last year. She's no longer around. She already burned the whole community. She's done. Obviously a shopaholic, obviously shopped till her heart's content, decided to pay for this one, decided not to pay for that one. It was a big mess, but nobody wanted to say anything. And I'm really, really tired of those secrets. Why do we keep these secrets? And again, it's not like you have to say it out loud, that person's name. I'm not saying anybody's name. Everybody knows what happened because it happened in a public auction. So you can go investigate if you choose. But it's not about that. It's about those 3 dots, a block. Or do you want to be the kind of person that says, oh, it's okay if you cancel. You can come back. It's okay if you cancel. Well, what about the other people that you bid it up? That thing started at 20. You bid it up to 50. Then you bail. Then that thing may never come back. And on the part of this is what I don't understand, on the part of the auctioneer, there is a momentum. There is an art and science to an auction. It gets bidded up once. The next time, you may not even get that. You may contact your backup bidder. They may change their mind and say, you know what? I'm glad I didn't buy it after all. I don't need it. Da, da, da. So it's just a murky, messy place to be. And I ask you, if you're an auctioneer, is it worth it? Is it worth losing lots of customers for the way you handle your business to appease one person than to have a structure. What's wrong with the structure? I see some auctions where it's plain as day. If you don't pay in the last auction, you don't bid today. I wouldn't even give them a second chance. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't emergencies. Of course there are. You can, have car problems, medical issue may come to be, and you can't pay. But that's a once in a while thing, and you communicate that problem. But it's not the case when you do it to 5 or 6 auctions in a month. That's not the case. Or when you pretend that you're not getting an invoice, or when you pretend that your PayPal is messed up. No, but yet we sit around and we just act like, oh, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're just going to make her happy. We're just going to say hello, and we're all going to give each other hearts, and we're going to act like everything's all hunky-dory. That's fine. It will be, but not for me. Not for me, because I won't patronize those auctions where they don't have a set of guidelines and a set of rules. It's just not worth it to me. So let me see what you're saying. I'm going to have to pop out the chat again, hopefully, and see if I can see what you're saying. Hold on just a minute. Whoops. All right, let's see what we got. Hi, Verna. Hi, Barb. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Hi, Miss Sally. Again, like I said, someone just needed to hear it today, guys. It's not, I didn't want to make it a true rant and whatnot, and I'm over it. I understand how people may find it really difficult, but it's like that. I don't know. I keep thinking of the analogy of the abusive dad, or the family member that's a kind of a victim to the domestic violence or something, and everybody just pretends like everything's so fine because on Sundays they go to church together, and they have family dinners every once in a while with other people, and everything looks so decent, even though Marge shows up with that blue purple eye every once in a while, but nobody says anything. Someone has to say something. I'm sorry. Someone has to say something. If this is the way you want to conduct your business, that's fine. I can see this is the way you want to conduct your business. But the rest of us are taking umbrage with it. I know I am, and I know some people have contacted me, and they have told me the same thing. Hey, Miss Vanessa. Thank you, Barb. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hi, Dee Piper. How are you? Patricia, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. It's up to the auctioneer. That's right. That's one reason I love going to Dee's and Donatella's. They've got it laid out right there every time their auction starts. You don't pay. You're not registered. First of all, you can't bid. But then again, and if you don't pay, you don't get the privilege of bidding again. It's just such an unfair. This is not just your sandbox. It's not just yours. It's for the entire community. We all want to be able to trust that if you bid something, you're going to pay for it. And if you're not going to pay for it, there's not even any shame. With a couple of people, there's not even any shame. It's like, well, I have the right to do this. I have the right to cancel. No, it's not Amazon. It's an auction. You don't have the right to cancel. But what you do have is the right to go to the auctions that allow you to do it. And there's plenty out there, but you won't see me there. And you don't need my business. I know you don't. But if there's more than one person that feels the way I do, and you want to continue to protect one person who does this to everyone, I know they do. I know they do it to everyone. And like I said, last year, there was another one who bid up like crazy. She'll pay for one. She did it to me. She paid for one. Then she didn't pay for the other. Then she accused me of overcharging for shipping. It was a mess. It was a murky mess. And I'm so glad that I don't put it up with it in my auctions. Of course, if there's a problem, communicate with me. I'm willing to wait a week, 2 weeks, even if you communicate with me. But if it's a habit and you come back and say that week after week, then I know you don't respect me. You don't respect my time. You don't respect my lots, my merchandise. I don't buy merchandise to hold on to it. I don't have an auction just because I want to sit here for 4 hours and have a repertoire with you. I mean, tit for tat or whatever it's called. It's not, that's not why I'm here. I love doing my auctions. I love the camaraderie we've had and enjoy that very much. But can you imagine me trying to do that without ever getting paid, or with someone picking, oh, I'm going to take this one, but can you cancel that one? Well, the other, then I have to contact all my backup bidders. It's just awful. It's just a big murky mess. But again, I am putting it in the court of the auctioneer. It is now in the court of the auctioneer. You choose to have people who do you that way, that's fine. Then you have those people. But people who really take auctions seriously and respect them and respect the auctioneer won't be there. I know I won't. It's very sad for the seller. It really is. And I mean, we saw it happen not too long ago um, with a $2,000 bid, and they bailed. They bailed, and the person was so hurt and so upset, didn't even bother to contact the backup bidder. The backup bidder could have probably, gotten it. You just never know. But I mean, it's not a professional thing. I understand that. I understand we're not, over here licensed and whatnot. But there's still integrity. And if your customer doesn't have integrity, you should. Because for that one person, you're going to lose more. And it doesn't bode well. I don't know how you can do it. I just don't understand it, especially when, like I said, it's not like it happened once. No, it happened. It's like setting fires all around you. They happen all the time. And when this happened to me with my auction last year, I really bit my tongue. I wanted to say something so badly. I said it to one person because she had just started doing auctions. I said, keep an eye on this. She forgot I told her. She actually forgot I had told her. And she started taking this person's bids, and she paid one and she wouldn't pay the other one. She paid another one. She wouldn't pay the other one. Finally, I convinced her to block her, and she blocked her. Trouble done, gone. But she has burned the entire auction community. And I guarantee you, if you email me tonight with a name, it'll be a yes. We all know. Yeah, it is. It's very sad for all. Hi, Maria. Maria, thank you so much again for all those beautiful pieces. I still have a huge bag. The tote bag is filled with one more bag, but it's such a big bag that one more bag, and then there's some loose jewelry in there. So we'll be doing those. And then I still have a giveaway from Makeup Zombie, guys. Makeup Zombie's in the chat there. Be sure and subscribe to her channel. She does a Sunday auction. Also, I've taken a lot of heat from being a moderator over at her channel. I'm used to it. People don't like to be told that they have to wait for the price. I'm human. I may make a wrong call. People, get upset. It doesn't matter how many times you apologize to someone about something. They tend to hold grudges. They go to other channels and talk about you. And that's fine. I'm used to it. Like I said, I'm not even worried about the thumbs down at all. I actually really, really enjoy counting them. You'll never see me put a dislike button. I like to count them. I like to count the ones that are going up. So be sure and hit the ones going up. But people don't want to hear the truth. That's fine. People want to defend the undefensible, the indefensible acts of people that think they're privileged enough to be able to pick and choose. Yeah, I won it in an auction. Yeah, I bid it up to $330, but hey, I wanted to cancel it. And then that person, oh, come on back. We're here. We're always here. Come on back and you can bid up again. And then, deadbeat bidder. We don't tolerate it on eBay. Why do we tolerate it here? eBay does not tolerate it. eBay will strike you if you do not pay your auction. And you get 3 strikes, and you can actually filter out the people that do this on eBay. There's a way to filter them out so they don't infiltrate your auctions on eBay. Why should we put up with it here? My opinion. Hi, Miss Lori. I hope you're doing well, sweetheart. I heard you were going to have a pop-up. I forgot where I saw you talking about that, but let us know. Lori's got great jewelry. Anita, is my friend Anita there? How are you doing, Anita, Becky? Let me see what else y'all started saying from the top. Joni, I'm glad you're here. Leona. Moon Goddess Treasures, how are you? I hope you're doing well. We got to get together on the details on the bagging. I'm not sure about the details. I can do it this week, this month. Just let me know what to do. I got a lot of little bags. And I was just saying about Zombie, I have a giveaway from one of her giveaways in her showcase on Sunday. Subscribe to her channel if you can today. And I haven't opened that one either, Miss Liz. I just realized I had that bag. And I rarely actually participate in her giveaways. I really like for the people that are her patrons to win. So I rarely do. I think they picked my name on this one because I know she does several games. She does one called Toma Todo, I think it's called. So it's like a little dreidel instrument. You spin it, it stops somewhere. And then she lays out some jewelry and you get a chance to win that. So I rarely participate in any of those, but I was happy to win this one. And I got to open that one too. Hi, Miss Kathy. I hope you're doing well, Miss Morris. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that they didn't receive it yet. Oh, and of course, we all know Vintage Discoveries. She's been doing sales too. You're not doing auctions though, are you? I keep missing them, but I need to go check it out because I think you present them right and then they can comment or email you. Is that the way it's done? Boy, she's got such beautiful jewelry. I had some scarab earrings the other day at my auction from Sarah Coventry, and I brought your name up, Miss Sally, because I thought you had that collection. I don't know if you have it in a bracelet. The Sarah Coventry scarab, these were in silver tone, and they're kind of like scroll. They're like really huge. What do they call those earrings that kind of cover your entire ear? And I thought you had presented them in your Sarah series that you did. Oh, exactly. They don't go for it anywhere. Boy, over on Macari, they don't even like lowballers over there. They will block you for lowballing. And it was so funny. I got blocked over there. And it was, you know how you can have the 3 choices for the offer? I actually chose one of the choices. I think it was 10% off as an offer. That person was offended and blocked me. And it's their prerogative. They can. But I was like, wow, they shouldn't even allow that if they're going to, do that. I don't need it that bad. But I thought that was quite interesting that, yeah, you don't need that. But eBay definitely will not give you a second chance. You get one strike. I think you get maybe one more. And then you can start filtering out that this person cancels and so forth. So you don't even bother with that riffraff. You don't even bother with it. It's so murky. It's so messy. Why do you want to do that? I don't understand it. And like I said, I know I'll get hate. That's fine. That's fine. My opinion, I run my business like I run my business. I patronize the people that I like the way they're running their business. And if I don't, it's not because you're one that I happen to think I don't like the way you run your business. It's just that I don't have time to go to all the auctions. But I'm calling out what happened. I'm calling out the people that allowed this particular person who is the cancer right now in the community, going to all of the auctions and picking and choosing what she's going to pay for in the end, and so forth. Those I won't be there. I won't be there at all. But otherwise, I will definitely be looking for everyone's, auctions and so forth. Oh, why am I? Did you just get here, Princess Casserole? Princess Casserole is always busy. Well, you're going to have to watch the video, but I'm just tired of people I'm tired of people acting like we need to play nice. And there's nothing wrong. Not that I don't want to be nice. I'm nice. I'm nice. I love camaraderie. I love community. I love sharing things with people, giving away things. If I win something, I see somebody really wanted it, I will say, give it to them if you can, if they allow that in their auctions. I love all of that. What I don't love is when someone is a deadbeat bidder, when someone cancels an auction, not just in yours, but in hers and hers and his and theirs. And they still let her come in. They still let her come in. They still call her honey and sweetheart and I love you and so forth and so on. And that's fine. That's fine. But that person doesn't respect the community. That person thinks the world, the sun revolves around her. That's what that person thinks. That's not respecting the community. And again, like I said, the ones that I blame, it's not the one person right now, because there was one last year. 4 years ago, there was another one, until someone finally called her out on a Facebook group and said, why don't they name her? Why have they allowed her for 2 years to burn people? Because again, there's a momentum, there's a science, there's an art to an auction. There is. There are people that will pay you or pay someone. I may be able to get this for $20, right? Anywhere on eBay. But someone happens to love the pink. They love the pink. They're going to get it at any cost. They're going to get it at any cost, and they're going to have a bidding war. And then with that other person decides, you know what? I really don't want it after all. What happens to your auctioneer? What happens to your auctioneer? You don't get that momentum back. You don't always get it back. So that's what we're talking about now. Respect for the auctioneer, respect for self-respect. The auctioneer does not have self-respect if they allow people to come back after they have not paid. Several of your auctioneers have been burned by this person. And what I mean by burned is canceling, not retracting. There's a difference between retracting and canceling what you bid and purchased. An auction is an art and science, like I said, and it should be honored. It's an honored purchase. And if you don't see it that way, and they don't see it that way, like I said, this person clearly said, I can cancel when I want. I can, and she called it retraction, but that's not retraction. I can choose what I want and whatever. Okay, now you even know her modus operandi. You know it. It's clear. It's in your black and white chat, but you choose to let her back in. Okay, then that's fine. And she's not the only one that's letting her back in. All the auctions are letting her back in. And that's fine. Maybe when they get burned, they won't. Maybe, but I think they will, because for some reason, everybody thinks everybody needs to be nice. And again, you don't have to blast them. You just have to click those 3 little dots and block from the channel, and they will no longer come around. This medium doesn't even exist if you click off that button. It's done. You're done with that person. You're not married to that person. You probably don't even know them personally. It's very aggravating for both parties. Like I was saying, even on eBay, they don't put up with it. Why should we put up with it? Oh, did you see that ring of Liz's that she got from Doug's auction? Oh my gosh. I forgot the name of the stone, Miss Liz, but that thing took up, I think all we could see was your nail. That was so beautiful. Doug has amazing auctions. I can't wait to see him do them on his channel. He must start doing them on his channel. Oh my gosh. They're like, they're epic. They're an event. They really are. Oh, I want to meet you too, Miss Liz. We will meet. We definitely will have to do that. Yeah, it was beautiful. It's like a blue, I don't know. It almost reminds me of a blue charoite. You know how a charoite is purple and it's got that white marbling in it? That's exactly what that beautiful blue stone reminds me of. Hey, Miss Cynthia, we got what you said, that Pescio autocorrect. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. It's a blue calcite. You know, when I hear calcite, I gotta write that down in my little dry erase where I had my little notes for my show here today. Calcite. Plus, I'm going to be starting a new show, guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be kind of my. Do you guys remember when I did the interview series with Hip Flippin' Mama? I'm not going to do it with her because I know she's pretty busy doing auctions now and everything. And it's more like one-on-one. But I want to do it. I'm not going to give you the title or anything yet. But if I contact you, you won't hurt my feelings if you say you don't want to do it. But I will very likely contact a lot of people to be interviewed, and it's not going to be just on reselling. It's going to be a whole other realm, and I just can't wait to start it. I really, really think it'll be good. And those of you who don't make content, I would love it if you would interview too. I really would like to get inside and pick your brain a little bit on those of us who love the jewelry videos and all of that. We're a different breed. I'm telling you, we really are. And this is why, like I said, I hate to see when a cancer comes and people allow it. People allow it. It's like those people that reminds me of those people in the hospital. You ever see those people they used to back in the day when I'd go visit, let's say my grandparents or something in a hospital. They'd be walking around with their little oxygen tank and smoking a cigarette. Where is the logic? That's what this reminds me of. The bidders are the ones that should complain because it is them that loses out. Absolutely, Miss Carrie. I agree. Well, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I will not patronize the auctions that allow cancers to infiltrate and stay because they're always going to be there. They're always going to be there. Like I said, there was one last year. There was one since Dwayne's auction. We all knew it. We all knew it. When that person joined my live auction, my auctions on Facebook, she tried to do it once. I said, you're done. You're done. You do it one more time and you're done. I didn't kick her out, but she's never come back to bid. She's actually still in my auctions, but she's never come back to bid, and she's not allowed to bid if she does it again. So I will, 2 chances. That's about it. Like I said, something could happen. You may have not seen the invoice, or, I think she gave me a very long letter about this long of why the invoice couldn't be paid at that time, but it becomes a habit. Then you're the one to blame. It's like fool me once. What is that saying? Fool me twice. I'm the fool, right? Shame on me. He's bidding for Lotus Pearls right now. Oh, awesome. What are Lotus Pearls? Oh, I miss Dwayne's auction so much. It had such variety. It really did. I really kind of think that that's what we need back, some of that variety. And it was just fun. It was definitely fun. And there wasn't just, I feel like a lot of people kind of knew you were going to find some interesting things there. So that's why. Yeah. It was a community. It was for 2 years, I think they ran it, and it was just wonderful. It really was. But finally, someone spoke up there because that person, he'd had guest auctioneers, and they put their heart and soul into those auctions. There was people selling personal property, paintings that were done by parents, and then you don't even bother to pay for it. And again, you don't get the momentum back. This is what I don't understand. But like I said, this person does not even understand what she's doing. If she did, she wouldn't have spread it out right there in the chat. That's what she does. That it's so be it, she says. I will cancel and I will pay when I want to pay. So this is her mentality. This is her thinking. Now, granted, she got a little bully buddy that sided with her and called me a sore loser in other auctions, knowing darn well that it wasn't about the ring. And I told her in that chat, it's not about the ring. It's about deadbeat bidders and people who put up with them. And so she knew that. But this person likes drama, obviously, and she goes to other chats and loves to leave comments about me and so forth. So that's her thing. Why did what come up in chat? Right now, Princess? casserole. Don't put up with it. How does another bidder know if the bidder winning backs out and doesn't pay? Well, I knew because it was a $300 lot at 330. It had started at 300. I bid 300. This was how the history started. I bid 300. She bid it to 330. Then she canceled, didn't pay the person. Follow, because this person does several auctions. The following auction presented the lot again, and I was taken aback. Hey, didn't you just sell that 2 days ago? Yes, but they canceled. So I bought it. I was the only bidder at 300, bought the lot. A couple of weeks later, comes up again, comes in and sweeps at $50. Fine. I backed out, but I said, if it becomes available, let me know. And it was to call her out because I was done with being nice. I was done with playing nice. If the auctioneer didn't want to do it, that's fine. But I wanted it known that we know the game. And then she goes on to spill the beans about not paying another auctioneer. She didn't even know what I was talking about. I was talking about the auction we were sitting in, and she mentions another person's auction and even trashes that person and says that that person was doing something shady, that's why she didn't pay her. And I'm like, it's not about that other person's auction. It's about this auction right here, right now. So then she said, so be it. I will pay who I want to pay. I will cancel what I want to, and I will retract. But when I want to retract, that's not a retraction, that's a cancellation. So this person in her mind has done nothing wrong. This is why I'm saying it's no longer on the side of the deadbeat bidder. They will always exist. It is now in the court of the auctioneer. The auctioneer has got to have a rule, has got to have a policy, or she will continue to cater to that kind of clientele and lose the other kind. And that's me. And that's why I'm not going back to those auctions. I'm not going back to an auction where they allow someone to pick and choose who they want to pay, and they allow it to get bidded up and bidded up. And like I said, last year we had another one. And I know at least 5 of you who do YouTube videos, YouTube auctions, were burned by this person. At least 5 I know of, including me on Facebook, because she got on my Facebook. She was out. She actually took a really weird way out. She canceled the invoice and exited. And then I said, what happened? Why'd you cancel the invoice? And then she gave me this rigmarole about me overcharging her for shipping. Well, she slowly infiltrated all of the auctions. I would see her in there. Everyone loved her. She made friends with everyone in the chat. Everybody gives each other hearts and hugs and so forth. And then she didn't pay the auctioneers. And she's not around anymore. She must have gotten help for the shopping addiction. It's a real thing. I don't know. Or she just got finally, embarrassed. And of course, she changed her name about 3 times, but she was proud enough to tell you she had changed it anyway. So I don't know. These people have a different way of thinking. It's not normal. It's it's abnormal psychology. Yeah, she did, Vanessa. She did. And that's fine. Like I said, I'm going to get the thumbs down. I guarantee you there'll be at least 20 by tomorrow. And that's fine because she's got a minion of people who say things like, don't you have any more rings that you can bring out that they can scratch their eyes out over? And then she's like, oh, I'm a good girl. I don't know any drama. Don't want to know any drama. Really? Then why did you even come back after it was already done? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let me see what Anita says. I think I know who it is. She bids in extreme high prices and she doesn't make payments. I've had her do it to me. I'm so sorry, Anita. Again, the 3 buttons, oh, they're magic. They're absolute magic. You don't have to say, hey, here's her name. You don't have to say that. You can have the integrity inside your own mind and heart. Have the integrity to protect your other bidders and hit those 3 buttons and block that person if she does it to you. I'm not saying if she did it to him and hasn't done it to you yet, but when she does it to you, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I tell you, some people even invite it. There's some auctioneer out there who says, I don't care if you don't pay. Come on back. What are you doing? Just, twiddling your thumbs on YouTube? You're not making money on YouTube with these auctions? Why? Why would you want to do that? Why do you want to do it to your guest auctioneers? Maybe you want to put up with it, but why would you want to do it to your guest auctioneers? To keep inviting people back and welcoming them with hearts and honeys and hello and glad you're here and come on, barf. I want to barf. They're all narcissists. Yeah. It's just an abnormal way of thinking, and it's what we face. It's just like poor Lucia. She's got more subscribers than God. She's amazingly beautiful, does wonderful videos, and she gets hate on my channel for a shipment that was late or something, and accuses her of thievery and whatnot. And like I said to Anita and to her, I left that comment up there because I want people to know the kind of stuff we put up with, presenting ourselves. We know we're open. This is an open wound here. You can pour salt on it all day long. We know that. But we do it because it's a passion, because we love jewelry, we love the interaction. But when somebody comes around with that kind of an attitude for giveaways or for auctions that you think you can bid up and then back out, I'm sorry, someone needs to say something. They really do. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. Put them in caps or highlight my name. Awesome. That's good. And I know there's a couple of new people out there. They've had this, and I won't mention their auctions, as I said. But they've had issues as well. And then the hate comes from the minions. That person that didn't pay has a little troop of people that they don't even know each other. They don't even know each other. They know each other from a chat, and they're defending each other. They're getting into each other's drama. It's so childish. I had to absolutely almost gasp when I heard that they have a grown son and that they act like they're in middle school. And I teach middle school, and I have more decorum in my middle school classes than I have seen in the chats from these two. Unbelievable. Oh, really? Oh, that's awful. I'm glad she did away with kind of a free for all, and now you have to register and be a part of her group and everything, because she doesn't deserve that either. She's there for business. She raises two children on her own right now. She's one of the hardest working people I know. I've met her personally twice, and she's amazing. And I've also interviewed her in one of my shows. So, I mean, I wish them all luck. I think, like I said, this is a beautiful thing. This is awesome. There are people who cannot get out to stores. There are people who have never had a jewelry jar in their hands. They love buying jewelry on here. They love it, whether for their personal consumption or whether they are resellers. And that's another thing they brought up. Oh, well, I'm not a reseller. I can't resell it, so I can just cancel. Excuse me? Excuse me. No, a reseller actually has to continually move her merchandise. Not just because you're not a reseller are you excused. You're a customer. You are a respected customer, and you should respect your auctioneer, and you should honor the purchase you made at an auction. It's a purchase. I think I told you guys I took you on a ride along when I did that auction. Boy, they take everything but your firstborn, because they don't care if you pick it up or not, but you are paying for it. And I got some fabulous deals on that online estate sale, and I'd never heard of anything like that, but it was amazing. But they took my credit card, this and that and that and that, and they said, you got one day, you got this window, you pick it up or you don't, but it's been charged. That's common sense. They're not going to say, oh, you know what, that sofa didn't actually fit in my living room, I'm just going to cancel. No, it's not like that. It doesn't work that way. Hi, Christina. How are you? Well, how long have we been on, guys? I think we've been on a while. That too. There's a lot of, I was going to bring up some other stuff, but we'll have to bring it up in another because I thought this was the most important. But yeah, I get frustrated with that too. And or when people say, "Oh, I can't bid against you." Oh, you can't bid against her, but you can bid against me. Yeah, but that's another video. That's another video. And that's or there's just so much to go on. But I don't want to. Like I said, I'm not here to throw shade here and there and there and here. I'm here for one thing, and that's to say that I don't patronize YouTube auctions that allow cancerous deadbeat bidders into their auctions. That's it. I won't be a part of it anymore. And I know I'm missing out. There's some beautiful jewelry out there. I love it. But I have integrity. I have integrity. And I don't believe that you should let someone who doesn't pay you back into your auction. Oh, yeah. So leave your comments below, guys. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish my mug here of coffee and go spend some time with my husband. There has been a lot of changes in my home. I will talk to you about that in the next one. We are definitely faced with some new challenges this year with our health and everything. Both my husband and I are trying to lose weight and trying to get on track to a much healthier prognosis in our health and everything. I think we've been, eating like we're 20 years old for way too long, and we can't keep doing that. So we'll talk about that when we get back. Let me also know in the chat, not this chat, but come back to the one that's with the comments, and let me know what kind of topics you would like to bring up in the future. I think that would be a lot of fun for the heart to heart. I still want to bring in other collections. I am starting a summer series. I'm going to contact some of you sellers out there, jewelry aficionados. I would love to interview you. Just a little sit down chat. I think it went over really well a couple of years ago when we did that. And I missed that. I love talking with people and learning about their stories. It's not so much that I want to see your collections or so forth and so on, but I like to get inside the mind of people who love jewelry. All right. So thank you guys so much. I will see you very soon. And I'm going to go back to the live stream. Hopefully I can end this without too much of a glitch. This was so crazy how it turned out where I have to pop out the chat. I'm going to have to watch a YouTube tutorial. All right. And I look really dark in this stream right now. I look orange. So I will see you very soon, guys. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.